Welcome everyone to the new and high series, The Infamous Couch, where today I, Ned Shabiro, and our current hottest guest star of all time in The Infamous Couch, Mr. Carly Chirk here. Well, it's nice to see you.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here, especially in this great country of Indonesia that we currently are on. Well, Mr. Chirk, I have a few questions regarding your political stances here. One of them being, what are you actually really doing here, Mr. Chirk?
Well, I believe a lot of my viewers also there in the US also wondering what am I doing here in Indonesia, but I've been invited here to UGM to deliver a speech and also to hold a debate here, possibly tomorrow at what is it called? Fisipol?
Festival. That's
What is that?
the political science faculty.
Oh,
If
I
I'm
see.
not
Yeah.
so, if I'm being completely certain here, not a huge fan of.
Well, I believe that since this is the second best campus in the country, I believe that I'll probably meet a few interesting faces here, and I have a lot of stuff that I would like to share and also listen to debate with fellow students. And yeah, I'm excited to be here in Indonesia.
Speaking of meeting interesting faces, what will be your most likely debater later on that day, if you would say so?
Well, if I'm not wrong, they also invited another American right wing activist, if I'm not wrong, with Nicholas J. Fuentes, if I'm not wrong. But
That is his name, yes.
yeah, I heard he is very controversial back in the US. And if you know my record, I haven't been on good terms with him, and I don't really want to speak too much to him, to be honest, at this event. So I'd like to avoid that if possible.
If possible. Certainly, the fans are eager to be waiting, but it all comes down to you. Seems that you have a busy schedule ahead of you, Mr. Chirk. What are your thoughts about this great country, anyways, politically speaking, of course?
Well, Indonesia is currently being led by a Muslim military
Yes.
sort of president, and well, yeah, as a devout Christian, I believe that Indonesia has more potential being led by a leader with Christian values. I believe that Indonesia would be benefiting from that. As you know, Indonesia haven't really had a good record of leadership. I heard a lot of cases about corruption, nepotism. I also heard that the current vice president is the son of the previous president, which is,
That is true, yes.
yeah, I feel like that is quite controversial.
Oligarchy
Indonesia
is
can do better,
oligarchy is the status quo here, I think.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately true, which is why, as you said before, I think it would be awesome if we would see more traditional Christian values here implemented here in Indonesia. Unfortunately, that is not such the case. But I can assure you that Indonesia is already on the right path, politically speaking. I think that the new current government is advocating for better things. Like,
Well, I'd like to hear more of that because I've heard many bad instances of government policies not working, and yeah, when I was researching a few stuff about Indonesia, a lot of bad stuff happened. They mistreat Christians a lot. I heard stuff about a church being thrown rocks at, being planted bombs. It doesn't seem like Indonesia is a really good place for Christians. Well, I have very low expectations, but I can see that Indonesia has a lot of potential as a country.
yes, that is true. Well, what do you think of the American First Movement? And do you think that it should be implemented here?
Well, about the American First movement, well, one of the things I know about it, it is being led by Nick Fuentes, which is, well, as you know, he is a bit extreme on his views. I believe that he should probably tone it down a notch. And as part of Turning Point USA, yes, Indonesia could definitely learn a few things or two about policies and probably more about critical thinking because yes, this country is in need of reforms. That is true. I looked a bit about what was it called again? That movement is it Indonesia Gelap? Gelap? What is it?
Yes.
I'm not quite familiar with the term, but yeah, there's a lot of things about wanting reformation and stuff like that. I believe that yeah, maybe a more moderate version of that movement with ingrained Christian values would be better for Indonesia.
I see, I see. Speaking of that, what are your thoughts exactly on the student movement side of things?
Student movements.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not quite familiar with this.
Because recently there has been a um, huge stance against the police in particular. Here in the great city of Jakarta, I think there has been cases of the big police department being burned down. Students were injured. Someone was killed. I think it was a student as well. I would like to see your thoughts on that because after that event, the University of Gajah Mada, they held a public demo too, and it was not going to be as big as it was a peaceful protest. Do you think that they're going to be on the right path if they keep pushing for that?
Well, I believe it is a citizen's right to protest about its government, and as a U.S. citizen, it is unfortunate that Indonesian citizens does not have a right to bear arms. They don't have guns. They can't exactly make a violent movement. But also, I also believe that violence isn't really the answer when it comes to reforms and change like this. Listening to things about bad police, that is definitely unfortunate. About someone dying there, it is a tragedy. I am very saddened to hear about that. And yeah, Indonesia definitely needs a lot of reform in that direction. But yeah, Indonesia still needs a police force. My stance is the same as it is in the U.S. We shouldn't defund the police because we need their help. And yeah, there's a lot of changes that needs to happen. I cannot stress this enough. Indonesia needs to implement more Christian morals and values towards its policy, its people, its social norms. I believe that we should be kind to each other, love thy neighbor, as they say. I believe all of this should be implemented in Indonesia.
I see, and I completely agree with your stance there. Well, those are some very burning and interesting questions and answers there, Mr. Chirk. Now we would like to invite a special guest onto here. He goes by the name of Joe Mama.
Joe Mounds.
Yes. Instagram user Joe Mama. He says, what do you think about the free lunch program here in Indonesia?
The free lunch program, I see. Well, from what I've heard, it has been about like almost 4 months since it's been implemented, and
Yes.
yeah, my stance on this policy is the same stance I have for the U.S. free lunch program. I believe that parents should feed their kids. More job opportunities should be given towards these parents, and better wages. I hear the wages here in Indonesia are very low, and while it might not fix the immediate problem, there definitely should be reforms in that aspect. There should be more business availability, more people to hire, more job opportunities. All of this, I believe, is definitely lacking. And yeah, instead of the free lunch program, I believe the money should definitely be poured into education. I feel like education, mining, all of these, it would benefit Indonesia a lot. As a country with many resources and also incredible people that I'm excited to see tomorrow at UGM, I believe that, yeah, they have a lot of potential here. And the free lunch program, that's not it.
That's just not it, folks. I completely agree there with Mr. Chirk, and I'm pretty sure you should too. Well, there goes it for today. I'm really excited to see what you have planned for tomorrow's and
I'm also
interesting.
excited for tomorrow.
Yes, and interesting and beautiful people of this country too, surely. Well, thanks a lot for having you here, Mr. Chirk. It's been nice.
It's been an honor.
It's